Hey friends, this month I'd like to start a little series around our menopause playbook. So we're going to go through different things. This month we'll talk about mental skills. Mental skills matter, but in the future we'll look at things like nutrition and sleep, stress, self care, exercise, all those sorts of things, and how they all affect your menopausal journey. But for this month, we're going to talk about mental skills matter. So, wherever you are on your journey, what's important to know is that they sort of lay the foundation for how we're going to experience this time, well, any time in our life, but especially this time in our life. They're going to really help us to bounce back after we mess up, to pick ourselves up off, pick ourselves back up when things don't go our way, or to keep going when we feel overwhelmed, to really take those little steps that we need to take to move towards our goals. So as we are experiencing peri or postmenopause, we're going to be wanting to work on different behaviors, different areas like sleep, stress, self-care, all the things that I mentioned before. Working on behaviors that are going to help in those areas, but those behaviors don't happen in a vacuum. So we're going to explore three sort of concepts today that'll help us really thrive through this time in our life, so that we'll enjoy better mental health, we'll have more resilience, boost our confidence, and really just make us feel better. So that's what we have ahead of us for the month. For today, we're going to talk about three things. We're going to talk about something called a cognitive triangle, and then a couple of little, tips and tricks, something called all or something thinking, and just using simple positive reframes. Before we get into that, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Nancy Brooker. I am the Living in Yes coach for women who are navigating their menopausal journey. And it's a time of such change in our lives, and so many things are happening, but we all deserve to feel empowered when it comes to our health, our bodies, our relationships, our life goals, and just to really love who we're becoming. So I help you tap into your inner strength, let go of self-judgment, and trust yourself so that you can really navigate this time in your life with confidence and grace, and really feel good in your body and find joy and fulfillment in your unique journey. So, first concept I want to talk about is something called a cognitive triangle. So, like I said, our behaviors do not happen in a vacuum. There's actually kind of three areas that are sort of intertwined and interconnected. And that would be our actions, our thoughts, and our feelings. So, what do I mean? So, you might have a hot flush. And your heartbeat starts racing, and your body doesn't feel good. And then you have a thought and you think, oh, not again, not here, not now. And that thought makes you and then the next chain might be that you feel really frustrated. You have an emotion about it. And between all of these things happening, you then, exhibit a behavior. And that behavior might be, I'm never coming to this workout class again. What if this happens again? I don't want this to happen again. So it just sort of sets off a cascade, and they're all interrelated. And it doesn't necessarily have to be in that direction. I mean, you can have a thought come into your mind, like, I'm never going to be able to get all this work done. And that thought triggers an emotion, where you're just overwhelmed, and that overwhelm triggers a body sensation where you feel sick in your stomach, and that triggers something else. Maybe you self-isolate, or maybe you eat, or maybe whatever you might have a coping mechanism. So they can go in all different directions. So I just wanted to kind of mention, there's a lot to think about, and there are different ways that we can kind of work with the skills to around our thoughts. So one of them is one of my favorites, and it's all or something thinking. And I'm sure we've all heard the saying, it's all or nothing. And I don't know how many of you out there are thinking to yourself, well, if I don't do it perfect, what's even the use of doing it? Because it's not going to get anywhere. Nothing, it's not going to be done properly. And I hear this a lot. especially, well, in lots of different contexts. But one of the main contexts is menopausal women who have had experienced weight gain and are really frustrated. And it's really an easy trap to fall into. Like, it's very common. A lot of us do it. It's easy to fall into those extremes. But at the end of the day, honestly, a consistent good effort, or even sometimes even not so great, but at least I'm trying effort, is going to be way better than the occasional odd time of perfection, if that's what you're striving for. Because then you're not doing anything. You're always trying for that perfection, that consistency. Those small steps are what are going to get you to where you need to go. So what's an example of how we can use this in our everyday life? Well, we can just try shifting our focus even to those consistent somethings that we are doing. So, exercise is such an easy way to sort of get this across. But okay, I missed my third string. I missed my workout this morning, but I went for a walk at lunch, or I don't know, or maybe I didn't sleep the night before, 2 nights ago, but last night I did because I read my book instead of scrolling through my Instagram account, or whatever it is. But thinking about the little somethings that you're always doing and reminding yourself of how important those things are, and how it's the little somethings that build up and make the big change. Another way that you can empower your thoughts is to just start to incorporate some positive reframes into your life too. And this is just really all about looking at events, experiences, situations through a little bit more of a positive lens, kind of like a glass half full thing. And I'm not talking about, toxic positivity where you're just ignoring that you're even having these emotions, because obviously our emotions are important. They're ours, and we need to acknowledge them, and it's really important. I'm just saying we can also look at things through a different lens. And research on positive psychology shows that we can sort of get a broader perspective and healthier perspective that can help us to move forward with new behaviors that can move us towards our goals when we see opportunity where we may have seen failure before. So positive reframes, how could that look in your life? Well, something really simple. Try adding a 3-letter word to the end of a sentence. Yet, Y-E-T. What's a good example? I haven't slept through the night. I didn't sleep through the night last night. I haven't slept through the night. I'm not sleeping through the night yet. That leaves the hope, the possibility, it gives you a little bit more, drive to try new things, to test out, what's working, what's not working. So you can just add that 3 little word. I'm trying to think of another example. That one's not coming to me right now. Okay. The other thing you can do is focus on, when problems are not happening. So, for example, on a night when you did sleep well, what was happening on that night that I did sleep well? And, sometimes we just look at when things went wrong and what happened when things went wrong, but sometimes it's important to look at when things went right. It changes our focus, which is really important, and it puts it onto those little wins, onto the positives. But it also helps us explore, what was I doing then? Like, why did it go well then? And what little change could I make that I could make a difference? So, very important stuff. The bottom line, life shifts, and so can you. Menopause is a groove, not a grind. So thinking about that, how those thoughts and feelings, behaviors, and actions are all sort of intertwined. And remember to use that all or something thinking. All or something, not perfection, all or something. And using those simple positive reframes. Try adding that word yet and see what happens. This journey is a process. It's all about progress, not perfection. We're each writing, with each step, we're writing our own playbook. We're moving forward, and we can help ourselves feel more empowered in this journey. So if you need some help with that, you know where to find me. Please grab I have a new freebie coming for you, a Menopause Playbook freebie with a bunch of really great steps in there for you, simple things that you can do to help you through your journey. So that'll be coming soon. Grab your other freebies below. Come see me over on Facebook, over at Living in Yes. Connect with me on my website, www.nancybrooker.ca. Subscribe to this channel. We'll see you again. Bye.